Hello, people. So, I feel like I'm a little bit behind when it comes to my content. I was sick, am sick. Um, but I'm pulling up my notes to kind of find the last thing that I needed to talk about. Let's see. I know there was one. Oh, let's talk about the scammers. So, this is part something, three or four from the crypto recruiters event that I did or attended a few weeks ago. I want to say 2-3 weeks ago. I never got to finish this video, and this was the last one I wanted to do. Let's talk about scams when it comes to finding jobs. It is rampant. It is rampant. There's so many scammers out here. And I ask a lot of professional experts the same question, which is how do you avoid scams when you're applying for different jobs? Because I already know what my red flags are. So if you're texting me, immediate red flag, especially when I know I'm not actively applying for anything and I see text messages and it usually has the same pattern, like I seen your resume or profile, you excel at blah, 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 blah. I think you would be a great candidate for da 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 da. Are you interested? And it sounds like a normal like recruiter text message, but usually for me it gives red flag. If I see a email and the company name and the actual email that it comes from is completely different, that usually raises alarm for me. Usually the workaround for that is if they work for a recruiting agency or a staffing agency, then of course the email is going to be different. But then I also research the staffing agency and I look that up to see what the name of it is. And if that name is different from the email, then that's kind of a red flag for me. And some of them I'm going to repeat, like no photo in their LinkedIn profile. That's a red flag for me. They don't have any like details on their LinkedIn page. That's a red flag for me. If it's hard for me to find other employees at that same company that the recruiter came from, that's a red flag for me. So that's me personally. So now I'm going to go into what the crypto recruiters mentioned that you should look into. So number one thing, they said any New Jersey number. I don't even know a New Jersey number. Let me look this up really quick. Is it area code? Area code for New Jersey. Apparently a lot of scammers are working out of the New Jersey area. So 201-551-609-640-732-848-856-908 973 and 862. So those are all the New Jersey numbers. So that's their telltale sign. This is a scam. Another thing that they say you should be doing is instead of using your personal number on your resume, use your Google phone number. Now here's the thing with that. You got to make sure the app is on your phone so that way you're like getting those phone calls, even if it's legit. You want to make sure that that number is working and active. I used to have a Google number for a really, really long time. It was a something 420 number that I used for a really long time that helped me out in the long run when it came to bill collectors and scams and all that stuff. But that's not a red flag. That's just something that you should be doing personally, is using a Google Voice number on your resume. Do not put your address on there. Do not put 123 South State Street. Like, don't put that on your resume. Just put the city and state. So when it comes to people reaching out to you on LinkedIn, look at their mutual connections. See if you recognize any of their mutual connections, whether it's a second degree person on LinkedIn or a first degree person on LinkedIn. And then something I mentioned before, see if there's other employees that work for that same organization that the recruiter is working for. Like, definitely utilize the features in LinkedIn to see if these people are legit people. Just like how somebody would randomly hit you up on Facebook, You will look at their profile page. You'll see, do we have mutual friends? Do I recognize like the information that's in the about section? Do they have links, articles, like utilize those things on LinkedIn. So this one is a new one for me. I did not know this. So recruiters should have recommendations and endorsements. I wish I could pull it up on here to see, but let me see. I'm just gonna type in recruiter, and then I'm gonna look at people, and then I'm gonna try to look for one that's not so like you wouldn't know directly that they work for a company. I want to look for a recruiter that works for like a staffing agency. Like that would help. So I'm looking at one person right now. I won't say her name. You know what? Okay, let's see. So I'm looking at their LinkedIn page and I'm trying to see where would I find their stuff. Okay, so they are endorsed. So on LinkedIn, they are endorsed for their management skills, their recruiting skills. They're actually endorsed by a couple of people. They were endorsed by 3 college. They have a total of 64 endorsements. Like they really, like am I connected? No, I'm not connected, but I should be connected. She definitely has a lot of endorsements. You can easily find it on LinkedIn. She has awards. This woman's amazing. And that's something I want to do this year. Try to go for some awards. I have an award with IC Stars, but I would love to get other awards. Anyway, this is not about awards. This is about scammers and recruiters. They should have recommendations. They should have endorsements. They should be connected to well-known recruiting agencies. I think this one is big. It is very, very easy to make up a website. I can come up with a recruiting agency website in literally an hour. Like that is how easy it is to do this stuff. It is very, I'm so mad I ran out of storage. Okay, I got 3 minutes. I can see, let me just quickly get through the rest of this and then edit and then like get rid of stuff. Okay, sorry, I feel bad. But I want to get this out the door. Okay, they should be well known. They should be connected to well-known recruiting agencies. If they don't have a pic, it's a red flag. So check their AI photos. I'm sorry, for me, that's a red flag. But no pic is definitely a red flag. If they have no company pictures, red flag. They will pretend that they need to get, okay, so yeah, so once they get into the mix, they will pretend that they need to get bank information to send a laptop. Also, what I've seen happen, personally, is they will make you do an assignment that's super duper easy, and then they'll say something along the lines of, we want to pay our people for the work that they do, and then that's when they start asking for your details. So be careful with both of those things. Contact their connects. Like I think in the digital age, we are so afraid to connect with people, and I do this too. I'm afraid to. It is very difficult for us to connect with people in real life. It's very difficult for us to pick up a phone, go to an office, and I think there is, when it comes to job hunting, I think we need to jump back into that. We need to jump back into being in people's faces, going to the location. I just saw a video earlier where somebody was talking about, girl had a degree in psychology and she was going for CTO positions. And then I saw, and then eventually she got the CTO position in like 7 months. And then there was another girl that commented, and her comment stood out because she was saying that she applied for a job and she was waiting for them to give her an interview and they weren't contacting her. So she showed up at the office and they asked her what she was doing there. And she said she had an interview, a non-existent interview. She didn't tell them it was non-existent, but she just told them that she had an interview there and they took her and they hired her. So like definitely don't underestimate the in-person networking, the in-person interactions. Same thing with recruiters. Contact their connects. Hey, do you know this person? Let's see. And then ask people about the agencies. So the agencies that they're working for, make sure you ask about that too. Okay. So Indeed and CareerBuilder are less likely to have scams. They have scams, but they're less likely because you actually have to pay to put your listings on. Not only to put your listings on there, but to contact people. You have to pay to contact people. And the worst place for scams is Dice. Dice is the worst place to go to. Okay, so the last two things I'm going to mention, and I'm going to hop off. So if you do any developer work, you need to have it sandboxed and wrapped up because they will steal your crypto keys. If you're doing any type of like crypto development work, wrap that up. Wrap that stuff up, protect your stuff, and then be very, very careful with hyperlinks. You don't want to be clicking any links via text, especially if they're very random. Be careful with that. Always do your research. Search the company on their website before you confirm anything with the recruiter. Okay, now I'm out. Bye.